welcome to this Mixclusive interview. I am VJ Ai from the number one music channel in the Philippines, Mix, and for today we are welcoming back an artist whom we love. They're actually composed of siblings, Amy, Emma, and George. They have been together as a band for 10 years now. They're celebrating their 10th year in the industry this year, and they just released their much awaited third full length studio album, Kaleidoscope Eyes, and it reached number 2 on the ARIA chart. And it is composed of 16 tracks with 12 singles, 12 music videos. In 12 months, they were able to achieve that. And we're going to know more about how they were able to do that. Please welcome back on the Mixclusive interview stage, the virtual stage, Sheppard.
Hi. What an intro. Thank you.
Hi. It's so nice to have you back. We miss you from the Philippines. I know I speak for your Filipino fans. We miss you so much. But how has it been so far? How have you been, guys?
Yeah, we're doing really well. We've just released the album. It's out in the world, and we couldn't be more excited to have that out there because it's been a long time coming. I think we've been working on this for 2.5 years.
Mhm.
So obviously last year was a big one for us, releasing a song a month and a video clip a month. Yeah, so it's been big, but we're super excited.
I know, and you released it in like one of the toughest years in world history. Like, wow, that is amazing. But before we talk about that, congratulations on your very successful album launch at Brisbane's iconic Fortitude Valley Music Hall. It's amazing that you can do concerts like that already in Australia. It's very different here in the Philippines, but I do hope that you'll be able to do that soon here. Any plans on coming here?
Not at the moment, just because of the borders being shut. But we
I know.
definitely want to get over to the Philippines. Last time we played there, it was just amazing, and we had such a good time, and the fans were crazy good, and yeah, like just made us feel like rock stars. So we hope to be back soon.
The Philippines actually plays a pretty important role in the story of Sheppard. We did our first ever show, just Amy and I, at was it SeaWorld? What was the Ocean Park. Ocean Park.
Oh,
We did
wow.
our first ever show as Sheppard at Ocean Park in Manila. So the Philippines is a very important place to us, and it has some history with the band. So we can't wait to come back.
Oh, speaking of history, I actually have a picture to show you. This was from your last show here in the Philippines in 2015. I got to interview you guys then. That was us.
Wow.
So major throwback right there. I hope you're not
Rocket.
cringing or anything.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. So, it's really been a long time since you have been here, about 6 years now. But you know, your Filipino fans are still here. We're so happy that you finally released your third album after 2.5 years. So let's get right to it. How did this whole concept start with Kaleidoscope Eyes?
Well, I mean, in terms of the one song a month idea, it was definitely during the bushfires where we had these really devastating bushfires in
Yes.
Australia.
Mhm.
Yeah, about a year and a few months ago, and we wrote and recorded this charity single called Phoenix, and we did that. We were able to do that in this room, just ourselves, with nothing more than a laptop and some speakers and our ideas. And we realized this is the new way that you can make music, and it's all very simple nowadays in terms of the production of it and trying to get it out there. So we set ourselves the challenge of releasing a song a month after we knew we could do it. We're like, okay, this can be our task for the year. Let's release a song every month, every month. Yeah, just like release a new single. So that was like a huge stepping stone in our career, being able to produce it all ourselves and get it all up and running.
So basically, you turned lemons into lemonade with that event, and we're glad that you did, because you are helping a lot of people, especially during these difficult times, with your music. Now, you have released a lot of videos about the making of and the behind the scenes of your music videos and your songs. So we're not going to delve into that because I'm sure the fans have already seen that. So I just wanted to ask, like, what would be like the highlights of your whole production of this this album that I think is one of the hardest ones that you ever got to do, because of how tedious it is when it comes to all the productions that you had to do?
It's hard to pick just one highlight. I think just achieving the goal that we set,
Mhm.
achieving the challenge was a definite highlight. We finished it with MIA, and that was the final video clip and the final scene of like the final song at the video clip. We got to have this big paint fight. I don't know whether you guys have seen the film clip yet, but yeah, it's a pretty funny story. And at the end, we all get to like trash this room with paint. I think that was just such a fitting moment, and we had so much fun.
Mhm. And speaking of MIA, your fans were worried, George, when you were MIA at the Animals music video, and we found out why that is. Can you please tell us more in detail what happened? You were in an accident. Are you okay now? How's it going?
No, I was in an accident. I was, those electric scooters. Have you got those in the Philippines?
Mhm. For sure,
we've
yes.
got these scooters here that are great, but they are quite dangerous. And it was late, and it was wet. It had been raining. I wasn't wearing a helmet. It was just the holy trinity of bad decisions. And I got on the scooter to get home after a show, and ended up slipping over and sustaining a concussion. So I had to go to hospital and get my head scanned and make sure I wasn't brain damaged. While Amy and Emma got to do this amazing video clip, and I was very, very annoyed at myself. I was every time I watch that video clip, I'm just like, I could have been in this party. It would have been great. But they pivoted really well, and they made sure that the whole clip still made sense. And it was, they obviously had to change a lot on the day because I wasn't in it, but it turned out really well still.
Yes, I was about to ask, like, how was it like adjusting everything because of what happened, Amy and Emma, and you were supposed to like have fun in the music video, but then at the back of your minds, you know what happened to George. So how was it like for you?
Yeah, it was extremely stressful. But the show must go on, and we found out that George was going to be okay. So we're just trying to focus on the video clip, and lucky it was an Amy song. Otherwise, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But the director did a really good job.
Exactly. Now, overall, if we are gonna talk about like sonically how this album sounds like, how would you differentiate it from Watching the Sky?
Sonically, I think this is the best work that we have ever done. We have really been able to hone in on our craftsmanship as songwriters, and this album, we really wanted to make it a beautiful album. Sonically.
I guess in that sense, it's been 10 years in the making, because it's like something that we've been trying to do and perfect. This sort of sound, this anthemic, euphoric, big, grand, stadium-filling pop music, and that's, I feel like we've actually done it on this record for the first time. It's been like from start to finish, this really consistent and, like Amy said, this beautiful piece of work that we're very proud of.
And speaking of first times, as you said, you've been here for 10 years, but you were still able to do a lot of firsts for this album, one of which is writing a song over Zoom. Can you please tell us about that?
Yeah, it's such a weird experience, but obviously, as Emma said, the show must go on no matter what. And Zoom songwriting sessions have become a really big thing. And it's actually really amazing, because normally if you want to write with someone in LA, you have to get on a flight and you do writing session after writing session after writing session for a month, and then you come back, and it gets exhausting because you're just creatively drained doing writing sessions every day. But with Zoom now, we've all discovered that you can do a writing session any day anywhere around the world, and it's been really interesting. It's not the same as being in the room with someone, but we've written some great songs on Zoom.
Animals was that song.
Yeah, Animals was a Zoom song.
And now that you've discovered that you're able to do that, and it still turns out pretty well, are there any other artists in different parts of the world that you'd like to write a song with over Zoom?
Yeah, we've always said that we'd love to work with Coldplay. George is big,
But maybe in person.
George might go to a puddle, so I'm not sure if we could do that, but maybe over Zoom it's safer.
I love that little addition by Emma, like in person. Like, let's just make that clear. It'd be much better in person. But have you guys met the guys from Coldplay?
No, but when Bombs Away, was it Bombs Away? or Washing the Sky went number one?
Yeah, it was when Geronimo went number one.
Geronimo went number one, and our producer went to this event, and Chris Martin, Coldplay were there, and he got Chris Martin to sign our album, saying congratulations on the number one.
It interrupted a conversation between Kylie Minogue and Chris Martin to tell Chris Martin that I was a huge fan and that he wanted me to sign he wanted him to sign my record, and hope now that I never meet him.
Well, it would be a good conversation starter. Like, you remember when you were talking to Kylie? And then you'd remind him of it.
Probably like, that was super annoying. Don't do it again.
Yeah, I forgot the record is somewhere. It's a pretty big memento for me.
Well, we'll be definitely waiting for that. Let's manifest it to the world. A Sheppard and a Coldplay song someday. But as we wait for that, now we're gonna be enjoying your third studio album, Kaleidoscope Eyes. But of course, you have been working nonstop, for the past year. But what can we expect from you from now on? What's up with you guys now? Are you writing new music? Are you taking a break first?
I think we're definitely going to have a little bit of a break. You need to sort of let that creative sponge soak up some inspiration. But we're here in our studio. We've got this studio now, so any day that we want to start writing, we can do it instead of having to wait until a trip to LA or anything like that. We can just do it all here, and there might be a single or two that comes out this year. We've got a few simmering ideas of the fourth album coming. So we're going to keep working on that, and otherwise we're just waiting for news on when we can do a tour. Hopefully we can come to the Philippines very soon.
Yes, hopefully. Now we're very curious as to what kind of sound you want to produce, because you said this album is like your dream. Like, it's 10 years in the making, if we're going to consider like how long you've been trying to get to this spot, to this sound. So now that you've achieved it, like, what would you like for you to produce in the fourth album?
I don't know. It's too soon to guess. Sometimes I don't think we know before we get into the writing sessions, and then we can piece together all the songs.
Yeah, we don't usually have like a purpose of like a writing session. We don't try to create a certain sound. We just kind of get into a studio, and whatever comes out is usually what we're feeling at the time, and it feels good to us. There's no real sort of direction we can give you at this point, but
I think that's good because it doesn't set any boundaries and limitations. We just write whatever feels good for us, and I think that's the best way to work, because there's no boxes, and if it doesn't fit, doesn't sound like a Sheppard song, it doesn't matter. Like, we've got Dropbox, we put all of our songs, and sometimes other artists pick up those songs, or they might be used for an ad, so that's we never feel like we're wasting a song.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to wait for it to come naturally then. And right now, we have 16 tracks to soak up. So thank you so much for that. We'll be streaming it nonstop. So what is your message to all of your fans, your Filipino fans, who are really waiting patiently for you to come back here in the Philippines?
We just want to say thank you so much. We love our Filipino fans. You guys are some of the most passionate fans around the world, and we love you. And stay up to date at We Are Sheppard, and the best is yet to come.
Yay! Now, before I let you go, can I please ask you guys to say "I love you" in Filipino? It's "Mahal namin kayo."
Mahal
Naim
kahom.
Okay, just one more time. It's "Mahal namin kayo."
Kayo.
Nahal na main kayo.
I feel like, did Sarah Geronimo sing a song called Mahal?
Oh my gosh, you know Sarah Geronimo?
I did a cover of this song, but I still can't remember how to say it. But I did a cover of it somewhere deep in YouTube.
Well, why don't you sing?
Mahal. What's the middle one?
Oh my gosh, that's even better than what I asked for. Where's the full message? I love it. Would you be open to collaborating with Sarah Geronimo?
Oh, for sure. Anytime, Sarah. Let us know. We're available for a Zoom session.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing news. Thank you so much, Amy, Emma, and George of Sheppard for joining us in this Mix-clusive interview. Once again, I'm BJ IE from the #1 music channel in the Philippines. Mix, your choice, your music. Thanks, guys.
See ya.